Post-traumatic stress disorder is an anxiety disorder developed after being exposed to a traumatic event.
Traumatic event becomes a constant terrorizing memory as it reminds the affected individual of threatened death situations, serious injuries, or sexual violence.
The symptoms of PTSD would begin within the 3 months of the traumatic event and be characterized into 3 different types. The first type is re-experiencing the trauma event through nightmares, flashbacks, or through visual and negative thoughts. The second type is avoiding reminders of the trauma by separating from family and friends, along with losing any interest for social values. And the third type is increased anxiety and emotional stimulation, in which causes depression, guilt, inability to sleep, and causes an individual to be easily startled.
The effects of PTSD. Post-traumatic stress disorder occurs between all ages. This includes war veterans, survivors of physical and sexual assault, abuse, accidents, disasters, and other harmful events. Another serious factor that affects a person is when a friend or family member experiences emotional harm with a sudden or unexpected death of loved ones. As a result, PTSD can occur in all ages from children to youth towards adults, and finally, the elderly group.
The causes of PTSD results from a frightening, stressful, and a severe event that individuals can face throughout their lives. This includes involvement/witness of road accidents, war such as military combat or being held as hostage, sexual abuse/assault, mugging or robbery, natural disasters, unexpected death to a close friend or family member, undergoing major surgery, witness of any violent deaths, terrorist attacks, and much more.
PTSD can greatly affect the relationship between an individual and work, family members, and social events. The affected person would attempt to isolate from his or her family, as it would create constant reminders of the traumatizing incident. PTSD individuals will become shy and separate from any social events as they begin to view negative thoughts towards others by connecting back to their tragic past experiences.
The workplace of an affected individual becomes a major problem due to stress, lack of cooperation, and constant worrying. For example, lack of concentration within given tasks, weak memory, difficulty in retaining any given information, poor interactions with co-workers, feelings of fear or anxiety, hard to stay awake, unreasonable reactions to situations that trigger memories, and constant panic attacks.
Counseling teaches you how your thoughts, feelings, and moods work together to deal with stress. You get to learn relaxation techniques and practice many skills on your own. You are suffering with PTSD, you may be prescribed anxiety or antidepressant medication. These medications will help you with related problems such as depression or sleeping problems. Support groups help you share your experiences and learn from others. Support groups also help you connect with other people who are dealing with the same problems that you may be dealing with currently.
Psychotherapy is another type of treatment that is known as talk therapy, and it is used to treat children or adults who are suffering from PTSD. Family therapy involves communication with the individual who is diagnosed with PTSD, and it also creates a much more depth understanding of how that family in particular should work together. Cognitive therapy is a talk therapy that helps a PTSD individual recognize the cognitive patterns that are holding him back. For example, negative or inaccurate ways of perceiving different types of situations. Exposure therapy helps the PTSD individual to safely face their fears and teaches them how to cope with it effectively. One method of exposure therapy includes virtual reality, which allows the affected individual to re-enter the setting where they experienced the trauma. Eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, also known as EMDR, is a therapy that combines exposure therapy with a range of eye-guided movements that helps process and change traumatic memories.
Thank you for listening to our PTSD presentation. Until next time, goodbye!